Okay, good evening, everyone. We have major breaking news. We have an arrest in connection to the violent Myrtle Wyckoff Avenue subway shove. So, thanks to everybody who has seen the video. It went viral over the weekend, especially yesterday. I know I posted a short clip of the fatal incident on my Instagram at Andy's Randomness over the weekend, but this is excellent news. I'm very happy that with the amount of media coverage that this got, including nationally, a couple of national outlets covered this, we were able to get this guy under arrest very quickly. So big kudos. So obviously nothing, of course, is on it on the New York One or Channel One website. So we'll take a look at Brooklyn News 12 in just a second to see if they have something on there. But here we go. This is excellent news thanks to our wonderful NYPD. Here we go. Lamel McRae of Bushwick, Brooklyn, was arrested this morning and faces felony assault charges, reckless endangerment, and harassing charges, in addition to an attended long murder rap sheet. NYPD believes that Mr. McRae is the man seen on surveillance video abruptly and seemingly randomly pushing a strap hanger onto the L tracks at the subway station on the Brooklyn-Queens border between Bushwick and Ridgewood. Cops said that Mr. McRae was IDed by a tipster who called the Crime Stoppers unit and picked up in a section of Brooklyn he's known to frequent. The suspect stands accused of rushing into a 32-year-old male victim named David Martin on the northbound platform, causing the victim to fall onto the tracks before escaping on foot. Family members told the New York Daily News that Mr. Martin was heading to work when the shove occurred. While he survived, he nonetheless sustained physical injuries. Ooh, that is not good news. And he also suffered emotional trauma from the incident. So there you go. I mean, the EDPs really need to be back behind bars. You know, that's what kept us safe 30 years ago. Or 25 years ago when you know who was our mayor. So here we go. So far, again, this year, 9 people have lost their lives in the subway system this year. Just particularly alone this month, exactly 2 months before a critical New York gubernatorial race on Tuesday, November 8th, it has been a very violent month for the New York City transit system. So we know what happened. We know that. Okay. So then look at this. Look what happened yesterday. A 62-year-old man in the Bronx was punched by a stranger at the 149th Street Grand Concourse station. So there you go. I mean, plenty of news that Channel 1 is clearly ignoring. And we're going to read a lot of the news that Channel 1 clearly decides not to cover as usual. Just because we're in our own little world and we're so focused on the debate tomorrow, which I will mention, and I'll show the article. There is good news for anybody who is not subscribed to Spectrum. The good news is, it says right here that the non-subscribers of Spectrum can watch on the live tab on the mobile app along with the tablet apps that are available. On the Spectrum News website, they will have the open access link, so they are giving the free pass for the debate. Now, I will mention, for anybody in Syracuse, Albany, I think Buffalo, if I'm correct. I know some parts of upstate New York, some parts of the Hudson Valley, you will be getting this debate tomorrow. So, also, for any Long Island Optimum customers, the debate will also be seen on Optimum Channel 64. So again, Optimum Channel 64 on your cable box, which will be New York 1 in the Long Island region, which also includes parts of Westchester County, parts of the Hudson Valley as well. You will be getting the debate tomorrow night on Channel 64. So they're too busy focused on that. So let's see what else is in the police and fire section of AM New York, just for curiosity's sake. So let's see what we got here. let's see. We have a fire in East New York. Yeah, I think what we need to do is get to the other news that Channel 7 has. So that's what we should do. I really don't want to focus on a big fire in East New York. That doesn't matter right now. We have a lot of crime that needs to be talked about. So Channel 7 bought this up last night. So a lot of these stories we're going to read is from Channel 7, and we have 2 articles that we have to read from the Queen's Courier. So here we go. So we have a deadly crash that involved a pedestrian in Brooklyn last night. It happened near Eastern Parkway and Schenectady Avenue in Crown Heights around 6:30. Police say a car hit a 56-year-old man standing in the center median of the Eastern Parkway. The driver remained at the scene. So at least the good news is this was not a hit and run, but wow, just another fatal incident. So where did this happen? It said Eastern Parkway and Schenectady Avenue, which again, this is what we talked about yesterday. Brooklyn has a lot of very dangerous streets to cross. It's not pedestrian friendly. So here we go. I know exactly where this is. Yep, this is not safe. All right, you have to cross a very big street. Okay? I mean, the streets in Brooklyn, again, are a lot more intimidating to cross than Queens. And that's saying a lot. Because this is literally Crown Heights. Okay? And then right around here, the 73rd Precinct. So this is not too far from the 73rd Precinct. And they could have taken the victim to Interfaith Medical Center, but it was already too late. So let's take a look at our friends at Brooklyn News 12. So obviously this is just breaking, and of course it seems AM New York is the only source that we have regarding the suspect that just got arrested. But guess what? They did cover this. So let's, oh no, 25 seconds.
26-year-old panhandler has died after police say he was hit by a 26-year-old driver on Eastern Parkway last night. You can see the aftermath in this Citizen app video. Police say the driver was behind the wheel of a black SUV. We're told the SUV was in the westbound lane and hit the 56-year-old man who was panhandling in the middle of the road. That man died at the scene and charges are now pending.
Panhandling, really? Well, that's very unfortunate, but there you go. Alright, let's get to the other news of the day. First up, stabbing in Manhattan. So here we go. This happened at 105th Street and 3rd Avenue. So this happened a little bit north of the Upper East Side. So here we go. The victim got into a dispute with 2 other teenagers that she knows. One of the girls pulled out a knife and stabbed the victim in the hip. She was taken to NYC Health Harlem Hospital. It was said to be in serious but stable condition. NYPD are still searching for 2 other girls. Currently, at this time, Crime Stoppers does not have any pictures of the 2 teenage girls in question. Okay, then we got this. This is a serious story. In fact, the Queen's Courier doesn't even have anything on it on their website. You know, I literally got a breaking news notification while I was having lunch at Aston Hall today. 16-year-old questioned after a gun was found in a backpack at a high school in Long Island City. So here we go. The 9mm automatic was taken from the student inside a Long Island City high school. The weapon was found after another student informed administrators. So we don't even know what school this was. Okay, so let's Google this. Long Island City gun. Let's see. That might not even be specific. Oh, okay. Here we go. Do we have something on the Astoria Post? We might have something on the Astoria Post. Let's see. Oh, look at this. I think we know what school this is. Let's Google it. So this was at 14-30 Broadway. So the gun was found at 8:15 this morning. And the 16-year-old was also found in possession of a knife. Wow, so Channel 7 barely even had any details. So I was like, I'm thinking the Astoria Post has to come through, and thank goodness they did. Thank goodness we have these specifics. So, yeah, I think this is Long Island City High School. Oh yeah, this is definitely Long Island City High School. Are you kidding me? This happened right across the street from Bel Air Diner. Unbelievable. How could a kid bring a gun to a school? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Makes me sick to my stomach. This is an area I know very, very well in Astoria. So this is technically Astoria. This isn't even, well, it is considered the Long Island City Astoria area. So you could say that. Okay, so we have other subway crimes we're going to get to. We already talked about the one in the Bronx briefly. And then look at this. Broad daylight shooting in Bedford-Stuyvesant. News 12 Brooklyn didn't cover this. So when did this happen? Oh, look at this. Happened at 2 p.m. this afternoon. Happened at Brooklyn Avenue and Fulton Street. So this is not a very safe area. And this is Bedford-Stuyvesant. So it's Bed-Stuy, do or die, unfortunately. So it said that the victim was standing while a man fled on a moped. So the woman was just randomly minding her own business. So here we go. I mean, everybody's talking about the subway crime. We know what happened. The AM New York did talk about what happened in the Bronx last night. 62-year-old man. I mean, that's so unfortunate. Oh, okay, so here's some good news. So the police immediately made an arrest of a suspect, 21-year-old Deshaun Smith of the accused incident at 149th Grand Concourse. Police are charging him with reckless endangerment, assault, and harassment. So again, Channel 1's clearly not covering this. They're too busy focused on the election. We're too focused on politics. Okay, so Channel 7 did give an update as well regarding the arrest of Lamel McRae. So that's the good news. So, you know, this is just the same old, same old. So, here we go. I'm looking also at this. So, let's see. Oh, look at this. A stabbing at St. Nicholas of West 191st in Washington Heights back yesterday. Look at that. 14-year-old victim was stabbed in the left side of the body and got a laceration to her hand. So a female teenager stabbed. 13-year-old teenager suffered a laceration to his finger. The 14-year-old was taken to New York Presbyterian. Two female suspects, believed to be 13 and 14, fled the scene. So we do not know if the suspects and the victims knew each other. So this is what goes on in the subways. So I got two more stories we're going to read before we have to call out Channel 1 to wrap up this video. So here we go. Chain snatcher sought in 7 train robbery in Sunnyside, Queens. So here we go. Happened last Monday. A 55-year-old victim had 2 gold chains snatched. Oh, I think we already read this. Okay, my bad. I'm just so disgusted with the media. You know, that's how I lose track of these articles. But I'm first finding out about this one. A bodega was robbed in Woodside. So here we go. This happened at 69-03 Northern Boulevard. So this happened on October 20th. A 61-year-old victim was behind the counter when he pulled out a knife and ordered him to open the cash register. So $2,000 was taken. So no injuries were reported. Okay, so it says that Crime Stoppers is looking for a suspect between the age of 35 and 40, 5 feet 10 inches tall, medium skin tone, approximately weighing 180 pounds. He was last seen all wearing black clothing. You know, this is what goes on. Oh, and then look at this. All part of the plan, right? Let's have trivia night tomorrow in Massapequa. This isn't even in Queens. Okay. So let's end on a positive note and let's call out Channel 1. Okay? Let's call them out. So, Charlton made Channel 1 last night. But however, this is what I saw today while I was having lunch break at Osnum. Yes, because I wanted to see if Channel 1 would be so I couldn't watch the 12 o'clock news because I was, you know, I had to take care of errands today because I found out the rain was letting up. So let's watch Channel 1, shall we?
Knockout attempt. Some of the reported violent incidents on the subway in just the last 7 days.
They gotta pay attention, you know what I mean?
Subway riders say they continue to be on edge following months of violent incidents on the system. Mayor Eric Adams.
Well, of course I'm on edge. All right, a couple of weeks ago, I went to Manhattan, right? Literally every other car on the E train, homeless, 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 homeless. I luckily found a car way in front of the train that had no homeless. You know, the E train has become a sanctuary city for homeless people. It really, really has. And this guy right here, Eric Adams, oh, he just don't talk. He doesn't really do anything.
Adams and Governor Kathy Hochul are hoping to ease fears with a new plan. It's called Cops, Cameras, and Care. 1,200 more cops deployed to the subway system.
Yeah, cops, camera, care. I mean, this plan's gonna fail. Charlton, a couple of months ago, when the governor and the mayor were first coming up with a plan, we knew it was a fraud. Now this is gonna be another fraudulent plan.
More cameras and more mental health services for those who need it.
It's so
According
obvious.
To the mayor's office, those suffering from mental illness are responsible for 40% of homicides on the transit system this year.
Yeah, and you saw him. Look at this. I bet these homeless people, I bet these are just stock images of homeless that were on the E train. I bet this was on the E train. So all R160s. And then here's Channel Lieber. Oh, I have to show you what's on the homepage.
This year,
We're going to start to deal with the problem that New Yorkers understand, which is that we have too many folks who are struggling with serious mental illness in the public space, especially in the subways. And New Yorkers are compassionate. They feel for these people, but they also can be scary. And when you see someone who's acting out, who's yelling, who's screaming, who's getting physical, you want them to be dealt with.
as a
Yeah, well, I want them to be dealt with, but some of them are also ex-cons who probably got out on bail reform. So they could have mental illness, yes, but they were probably let out of jail. So let's see what some people had to say at Jackson Heights Roosevelt, because, you know, stop the presses. Channel 1 was randomly in Jackson Heights Roosevelt Avenue today.
To the pandemic, it's a lot of sick people in the trains, and they need a lot of help. Not only help, but places to live in good conditions.
Yeah, well, some of them, again, are probably ex-cons who got out on bail reform.
We really need to get these mentally ill people out of the streets. They have to find affordable housing for these people. They have to put them somewhere so that these people can live a good life.
Yes, I agree. We do need affordable housing in one sense, because with inflation going up, you know, that's one thing. But you know, again, some of these EDPs, and again, they have prior rap sheets. Look what happened with most of these crimes. There's a decent amount of percentage. With the 9 fatal deaths we've had in the subway system this year alone. I know it's only the end of October. Okay, I get it. But how are we supposed to feel safe? I don't feel safe riding the subway right now. And everybody knows that, again, I am so antsy, so eager for this Grand Central project to open up so I can avoid the subway. And stop calling me Long Island privilege, whoever you are on the internet. I'm calling you out. Stop it already. I've worked hard in my life to get where I am. You be quiet. That's all I'm going to say on that. And I have a critic who's been saying I got Long Island privilege. He knows who he is. Stop hiding. So to wrap up this video, again, let's take a look. See? Here's the interview. The interview is right there. MTA chairman throws support behind new subway safety plan. I don't even want to play the whole interview. I'm sick. And you want to see even more blatancy of Channel 1 today? To wrap up this video, let's take a look to see who was in fact... Yeah. Pat was not on. You want to know the last time Pat was on? You want to know the last time? Pat Kiernan was last on Tuesday. Yep. Pat Kiernan, come back to work. Stop hiding. You need to be working 5 days a week. You're the lead anchor for Mornings on 1.
Here's a look at the Monday papers. The race for governor is on the...
Yes, this is what I wanted to close out with. Yes!
As both candidates...
Hochul's huge lie.
In New York one.
Yep. Kathy Hochul. The clock is ticking. Time is up, Governor. You only have 2 more weeks left. 2 more weeks till you lose your job. The people of this state know what's going on, and they know you're a fraud. They know you're another Cuomo. You're done. And I urge all my viewers again, vote. Vote on my birthday. Vote November 8th. You want to vote early? Go vote early. We have early voting beginning on Saturday. And it lasts until November 6th. So go out and vote. This state depends on Lee Zeldin becoming our next governor. We need the EDPs back in jail where they belong. They don't need to be out getting necessary help if they've committed crimes before. So I'm done here. I urge you, watch the debate tomorrow and see how bad this governor is. She's got to go. You want this crime to continue? You know who to vote for. But if you want common sense, you want the police to do their jobs again, you know what to do. That's it. And again, the debate will be available tomorrow for free, online. And again, if you are an Optimum customer, please tune to Channel 64 with coverage beginning at 7 p.m. tomorrow. That's it. Now let's see how this debate ends up tomorrow.